It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for Monday, February 27th. I'm Michael Groff. An increase in clouds today, a chance of showers coming in by this afternoon, a good soaking rain likely tonight across much of the area and into early Tuesday. Just how much rain we get, still a bit of a question mark, but we'll look into that. And then a warming trend coming by the end of the week and into the weekend. So let's discuss as we look outside this morning. A few clouds out there right now as we look toward the Superstition Mountains. 48 degrees to start the day at Sky Harbor. Dew point at 37, relative humidity 66%. The winds are light, the barometer is steady. Temperatures across the area, a pretty wide range out there. 39, the cold spot at Fort McDowell. Most of us here in the urban core in the upper 40s and lower 50s. Clouds on the increase across the southwest in association with that deepening trough. Rain heading onto the Southern California coast already this morning from Santa Barbara down towards San Diego. On the watch warning map, some wind advisories in northwest Arizona from around Lake Havasu City up toward Kingman and the Grand Canyon. Some winter storm warnings for places like Flagstaff and Show Low, where as much as a foot of snow could fall before it's all said and done, maybe a little bit more in some of the favored areas. Elsewhere across the west, some winter weather advisories and wind a problem. A little dense fog around Kansas City and into central Missouri this morning. Otherwise, the eastern part of the country fairly quiet. However, as we look toward the convective outlook, a couple of marginal risk zones for severe weather today from eastern Oklahoma to parts of Arkansas and Missouri, as well as around Jackson, Mississippi over toward Mobile today. As far as our weather, let's talk about it in more detail as we take a look at the models and see what's going on. This is the GFS, the 06Z run, valid at 5 o'clock today. And here comes that trough we've been talking about for the last several days. Pretty decent moisture tap with this system, so clouds will be on the increase through the day today. Rain will increase across the southeast California deserts into western Arizona through the morning and early afternoon hours. I think for the most part, the rain holds off this morning here in the valley, though can't rule out a few isolated showers. We'll take you through that as we look at the high-res models. Here's the NAM this morning at 10 o'clock, and you can see a few isolated showers around. Now, the radar obviously won't look exactly like this, but yes, of course, the idea of widely scattered showers developing early this morning seems to be picked up by all the high-res models. But then as we head toward 4 o'clock this afternoon, you see here comes the main area of precipitation. So that'll be moving in about that time, somewhere mid to late afternoon today. And I would expect most of this rain will be fairly light to occasionally moderate. Don't think the instability profile favors too much in the way of thunder, though maybe an isolated thunderstorm is possible later tonight. Highs today generally in the mid to upper 60s, and of course that's below normal. By tonight, a near 100% chance of rain. It should be a pretty good soaking rain for much of the valley, just about everybody getting wet. How much rain is still a bit of a question mark because I do believe this is a fairly pronounced subtropical moisture band that'll come on in here, but it's a fairly narrow band as well, with decent mid-level fields. Looking at the precipitable water tonight as well, values around an inch or so, but again, it's narrow, so the rainfall gradient's going to be pretty tight. I think you go west or southwest of the valley, not a whole lot of rain to be had. But here in the valley and certainly in the mountains north and east of Phoenix, I think decent to perhaps pretty healthy amounts of rain are possible. We'll show you those in just a minute. By tomorrow morning, the rain should be tapering off to showers, and then by tomorrow afternoon, I think the sun comes out. Highs tomorrow should be in the mid-60s. How much rain are we going to get? Let's look at the numbers off of the various models here. First, we'll check out the GFS. It has us getting around an inch, maybe a little bit over an inch in some spots here in the valley. Certainly more in the mountains north and east of Phoenix. You head up toward Payson, over 2 inches of rain possible. Then, as we look at the NAM, values much less bullish precipitation numbers here. 1/3 to a 1/2 inch, maybe a little bit more here in the valley. Certainly higher amounts north and east of Phoenix. Understand, this is not a rainfall forecast. This is model output. But certainly the high-res models are showing a lot less precipitation than the global models, and I would tend to favor these high-res models in this situation. They've performed fairly well this season, so I think the realistic number for rainfall here in the valley tonight and tomorrow, somewhere around 1/4 to a 1/2 inch. Obviously more as you head up the mountains north and east of Phoenix. Carefree, Cave Creek, Payson, and certainly northern Maricopa, southern Yavapai County will see more. Then by Wednesday, everything's out and the sun will be out. High pressure will be building in. Looks like a pretty nice day. Highs in the mid to upper 60s, maybe a few clouds around. On Thursday, we're sunny and warmer. We'll start out the day fairly cool, upper 30s to mid 40s, but then we'll get in the low and middle 70s. A bit of a breeze as some energy starts to cut off well to the south of Arizona. Then on Friday, we're mostly sunny, high temps mid to upper 70s. Same for Saturday. Then on Sunday, more of the same as well, mid to upper 70s. Could even see highs approaching the 80-degree mark, although the models have backed off on the warmth just a bit as some energy will stay north of Arizona, but enough to keep the ridging fairly flat, the flow fairly zonal. So it looks like we'll be spared any real warmth. Maybe some gusty winds out toward the deserts of southeast California late in the weekend as well, as a trough passes well to the north of Arizona. This is a week from today, Monday, March 6th. Zonal flow here in the southwest. Temperatures a little bit above seasonal normals, and that means mid to upper 70s, maybe approaching 80. Here's Tuesday, the 7th of March. High pressure building across the west. Those upper heights are coming up. Highs getting into the low 80s. This is the end of the forecast period. Wednesday, March 8th. Looks warm and dry, a mainly zonal flow. High pressure somewhere over the west. And upper heights around the 582 decameter range. So that should spell out to high temperatures again in the low 80s. And some of the models even suggest mid 80s. Taking a look at the temperatures off the GFS ensemble through the period. Yep, we're below normal today and tomorrow and Wednesday, but then warming it up big time as we head toward the end of the week and the weekend and through much of next week and into middle portions of March, as you would expect. And that'll do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. I know it's Monday, but try to make it a great one.